In this video, I'm gonna teach you how to get higher click-through rates in your emails. Hey, my name is Pat Flynn, here to help you make more money, save more time, and help more people too. And we're talking about email marketing. Now, if you haven't yet watched my video about how to increase your email open rates, I definitely recommend you check that out. You can see a card over here or check the description below for that. But obviously, it's important to get people to open those emails. But in addition to that, it's really important to get people to take action on what you want them to do in those emails. So I'm gonna give you 3 tips to help you increase the click-through rates, meaning, okay, there's a number of people who open that email, great. How many of them are actually going to click on the links that you include in there? Well, let's get started. All right, number 1, have a single call to action in your email. This may be hard for you because perhaps you were like me and you like to link stuff your emails, meaning you wanna link to every single thing in there. Now, there are some cases where that's okay, such as a digest where you're sharing a bunch of different things that you're linking out to, but especially promotional emails and ones where you really want people to do things in particular, just have one particular call to action. This reduces the number of actions a person can take. Therefore, when you create an email, you should always consider, okay, what's the one thing I want a person to do when they open this email? And it may be a link to a blog post or a podcast episode. It may be a link to a promotional page or a link to one-click register for a webinar. Whatever it may be, it's gonna be easier for a person to do if there's just one thing, because that's the one and only action they can take other than leaving, which hopefully they won't do. I like to call this a squeeze email, which you may have heard of something called a squeeze page before, which is a single web page with one thing to do. Well, it should definitely be treated the same way on these particularly important emails too. Number 2, have multiple instances of that one call to action or that one link. So even though you're only linking to one thing, I would highly recommend throughout that email, especially if it's quite long, to have multiple instances where a person can actually click through. So perhaps you have a little bit of an introductory paragraph to kind of hook people in, and then you have the call to action. But then you explain a little bit more about why they should do that, maybe some social proof behind it, or a testimony or a case study, and then you link to it again in perhaps a different way. So multiple instances, especially if it's longer, because if people scroll down, they're gonna lose that link from above. So it's totally okay to do that. I often will sometimes put 3 to 4 links to the same exact thing in one email, and that's totally okay to do and highly recommended. Third, and finally, and these are quick because I want you to take action on this, on the next email that you send out, when you have multiple instances, link in different kinds of ways. So what I would recommend is perhaps you have an inline or in paragraph link that's just naturally and organically mentioned as you kind of hyperlink to that thing that you want person to do. Next, I would also include a link that is on its own line. So if you are on my email list, you often see these because they're very clear. And because they're very clear, it's very obvious what I want a person to do. I'll even lead into it by going, click on the link below to do whatever it is I want them to do. Then I have a space, then I have the actual link and I usually bold it so it's on its own line. That way you can avoid like fat thumb, syndrome or whatever like I have, and actually click on you can have the people click on what you want them to click on in that case. And then other times you may wanna also include an image that is a button, for example, that people can click on too. And you might even end an email by saying, click on the button below. And that way a person is, no matter in which way they respond, they have a way to actually get through to whatever action that you want them to take. You can also include, and this is very common, especially in the internet marketing industry, but it's common because it works, and that's having a link also after your signature in the PS. So just one final note, perhaps it's the one where you go, by the way, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so I've totally removed all the risk for you. Click here to join my program now. Something like that can work in a PS as sort of just a final cherry on top before a person takes action with you. So there you go. Those are 3 tips to help you increase the click-through rates or the CTR in the emails that you send out. Best of luck to you. And let me know, are you doing these already? Perhaps you have some other tips and things that you could suggest to the other community members here in Team Flynn. And if so, use the comments section below to let us know. And also make sure you catch that video. It'll be on the screen here somewhere that will allow you to get more opens for your emails to increase that open rate too. So click on that if you want to watch the next video. Thanks again and best of luck.